Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Maximize Your Life, a Sunday morning edition of the Maximize Your Life Bible study. I am Minister Marcus. Since we can't meet, I decided to go live for you on Sunday morning. I am the pastor of a small congregation in Houston. It's called The God Movement. And we do a whole lot of different things. You can go to our website and see the many different things. I believe God has done so many great things in this city through such a small group of people. And so I'm thankful and grateful. But this morning, I want to give you a quick Bible lesson. Since you can't get to church, at least it's something that you can hear. And I believe that the Word of God is not just for church. The Word of God is here to enhance your life. It can actually change. And I was just getting some messages about some of the things that I've been teaching, and people are seeing the results of it. And so I'm so thankful and grateful to God that it's no longer just a church service. It's no longer just a service, but it's a transformation place. And so I love to see that people are actually implementing different things that I have learned and that I just shared, and that they're actually able to see God effective in their life, in their finances, things that happen in their physical, their bodies. And so I'm just thankful that the power of God is being revealed. As you can see, I got my coffee this morning, and so I'm not going to prolong no time, though. We're going to go right into the lesson. Our lesson this morning is coming from Luke chapter 16. Luke chapter 16, verse 10 through 12. Luke chapter 16, verse 10 through 12. And so I have been teaching on Sundays. It's different than the Wednesday night, but I have been teaching on Sundays about money, how you manage your money. And today we're going to talk about perspective, but I wanted to kind of stress to you the importance of one of the things that COVID-19, this coronavirus, has showed us is that you have to be wise with your money. And so I've been teaching the TGMites about going from a consumer mentality to an investment mentality, understanding money in a different light. And how to give to a church or to a godly cause and that kind of thing. And so it's pretty cool. And so I'm not gonna really just go deep into that, but this is the tail end of what I've been teaching, and this deals with perspective about money. Perspective about money. Perspective. All right. And we're gonna start at verse number 10. It says, "He who is faithful in a very little thing is faithful also in much. And he who is unrighteous in a very little thing is unrighteous also in much. Therefore, if you have not been faithful in the use of unrighteous wealth, who will entrust the true riches to you? And if you have not been faithful in the use of that which is another's, who will give you that which is your own?" All right. And so I'm gonna stop at verse number 12. And here's one of the things, the question that I want to start. This is the question that I want to ask you. The topic of this lesson is, can you be trusted? And I want to start like this. Here in the text, and I love this because the text is not dealing with giving to the church. The text is not dealing with giving alms to the poor. It's not dealing with any of that. And I want to stress that, right? Because so many times our churches stress that God always puts the emphasis on giving to church. But I want you to understand here that the giving that's being done, or the money that's being exchanged, has nothing to do with church, but it has everything to do with business. Understand that, right? And I can give you a whole lot of finance principles out of the Bible, but that's not the lesson. But once again, what I want to do is I want to teach you how to use and utilize the principles in the Bible to enhance your life, not just making you a better person, but transforming your life as a whole. And so the question is, can you be trusted? And so what I want to start off with, getting the right perspective about money. This lesson that Jesus is teaching has everything to do with perspective. Perspective. Is your perspective right when it comes to money? How how do you view money? And I want to stress this. One of the things that I wanted to do with TGM is I didn't want every service to be about money. I didn't want money to be brought up at all until it was time. If you want to give, then you have the freedom to give. But I wanted TGM to be a place that was more so about transforming. And so the first thing that I established is that money cannot be the mission. And I want to stress that whatever you are doing in your life right now, if you yes, you should want to make money, but money should not be the mission. Money should be seen as a resource, not the source. Money should be seen as a resource, not the source, and it should not be seen as the mission, right? Money is the thing to be used, and I want to stress this, right? The correct perspective, and this is what Jesus is teaching, that money is the thing to be used to build relationships, not the other way around. Right? Money should not be the end goal, but money is the thing to be used to reach the end goal. I want you to hear me when I say that. Money is not the end goal, but money is the thing to be used to reach the end goal, right? And so my perspective then has to switch. So I'm not going after money. Money is the thing to be used, not people. And so I think we have that switched around. Most of the time, what we have, people destroy relationships, right? Because they have it switched around. We use people to get money, when in actuality, people should not be being used. Money should be being used. So we have to change our perspective, right? Money cannot be the mission. Money has to be the resource, the means, right? The means to get to the end, not the end result. And so the question is, do you see money as a means to an end, or do you see people as a means to an end? I want you to get this, right? Because this understanding, I believe that a lot of our minds have been trained, right, to have a certain disposition. Let me say this, that the love of money is the root of all evil, but money is not the root of all evil, right? The love of money, because the love of money puts money as the end result and not God. And I want to stress that, right? The love of money is the root of all evil, because the love of money puts money as the end result. In other words, I'll do anything to anybody in order to get it. I'll do anything to anybody in order to get more of it, in order to have more of it. And that's not the right perspective to have. God's perspective put money as the means to be leveraged, but not people, right? And I want to stress this, that God wants us to be rich. I know that people, people having a lot of money is frowned upon in the church for whatever the reason, I don't know. But I want you to get this, that God wants you to be rich. He just doesn't want you misusing people in order to get rich. He wants you to get rich, right? But he don't want you misusing people to get rich. Do you see money as the means, or do you see money as the end? I want to stress this, right? Recognize that you can become rich without cheating. You can become rich without lying. You can become rich without getting over on people. You can become rich without taking advantage of people. And I want to stress that God does not have anything against us having money or making money. He has everything against us using or misusing people in order to get it. And so first, I want to start by establishing an understanding of perspective. Perspective. And here's what he says when he's talking about verse number 10. If you are faithful in little, you will be faithful with much. I believe it has everything to do with perspective, right? And intention. If your perspective is wrong, it's because your intention is wrong. He says, if you are faithful in little, it will be faithful in much. Faithful here is not determined by the amount that is given, but it's determined by the character of the person that it is given to. And I want to stress that, right? And so when we understand perspective, when we understand intention, right? What is your intention? Money should not be the end result, right? It should be the means to be used to get to the end result. And so he switches now, because faithful here is not determined by the amount that is given, but it's determined by the character of the person that it is given to. And I believe that this principle, right, is effectively helpful, especially in relationships. I think it's vitally important when evaluating relationships. And look, it's a principle, right? And I want you to understand that the principle, it has to deal with money, but it also works in other areas and aspects of our lives, right? The principle is especially important in relationships. And here's what I often allow people, get this right, and it's gonna sound crazy, but I often allow people the opportunity to cheat me so I can see whether or not they can be trusted. Why? I need to see who I'm dealing with so I know how to handle you, right? And this don't mean I allowed him to cheat. I had a barber one time, right? And his price was his price, right? And so he didn't have change and I didn't have change. I could have went to the store, right, to go get change, but he was going to the store. So I said, yeah, go ahead and, go ahead and go get change, right? And so the change amount, I should have had about $2 back. Well, I think it was three, but he only brought me $1 back. He rolled it up. I didn't even count it, right? I got in the car, and when I looked, you know what? It let me know. You get what I'm saying? I often allow people the opportunity to cheat me so I can see whether or not they can be trusted. And here's the thing. The thing is that if I can't trust you with a little bit, come on, you hear what I'm saying? I can't trust you with a lot. And so this principle teaches you how to evaluate your relationships, not by what is given, but it's designed to help you see the character of the person that it is given to. If I'm going to trust you with a lot, I'm going to try you, come on, with a little bit. I want you to hear me when I say that. If I'm going to trust you with a lot, I'm going to try you with a little bit, because if I can't trust you with a little, I'm definitely not going to give you a lot. So many people have cheated themselves out of something that could have been a blessing to them because, come on, are y'all hearing what I'm saying? That because they trying to get over, right? And so here's the principle. The principle is it teaches you how to evaluate your relationships before you trust them with a little. Before you trust them with a lot, try them with a little. And here's what God does. Before he trusts you with a lot, he tries you with a little. Before he trusts you with a lot. And I always say it like this. You asking God to bless you with 100 more, with 1,000 more, with 1,000,000 more. God is not going to bless you with 100 more if he can't trust you with 10 more. He's not going to bless you with 1,000 more if he can't trust you with, come on, are you hearing what I'm saying? If you can't be trusted with a little bit, you won't be able to be trusted with a lot. When putting this principle into perspective in our relationships, we have to take the time to evaluate the people in our lives. I want to say that again. Sometimes not sometimes, all the time, you have to take the time to evaluate the people in your life. Sometimes we give too much to the wrong people while not giving anything at all to the right people. How do you know? If I can't see it initially, I'll try you to see if I can trust you. I don't know who that's for, but if you're looking for a relationship and you want to see if this is the man or the woman of your dreams, before you trust them, try them. You don't have to tell them. Before you trust them, try them. I want to see, because most of the times what we mess up is we give too much and you realize after you've given too much, right, that you can't trust them. But if you would have tried them first, right there, look, is this what it says? Guard your heart. Before I give you of something of great value, I'm going to see how you handle something of less value. The question becomes, can I trust you? And here's what Proverbs says. It says, above all else, guard your heart. Above all else, guard your heart. It means to preserve, hide, protect with diligence. Careful and persistent work to see, to test or try whatever it is that you're trying to trust. Can I trust you? Right? Can I trust you? And then not only that, how far can I trust you? Some people, I can trust you with $1, but I can't trust you with $10, right? What can I trust you with? I wonder, is there anybody this morning, right, that God is asking the question, can I trust you with $1,000,000? I want to bless you with it, but can I trust you with it? I want to bless you with $1,000 more, right? But can I trust you with it? If I can't trust you to manage what you have, then I can't, come on, I want you to hear me. Then I can't trust you to bless you with more. I wonder, are you in the place right now of trying so God can see if he can trust you? Which brings me to my next point. Are you a person that can be trusted? We're going to put our friends on trial, right? We're going to put our spouse on trial, our relationships on trial. But now if you put yourself on trial, are you a person that can be trusted? And here's the question. Are you looking to take, or are you looking to give? Are you looking to take, or are you looking to give? In your marriage, are you looking to take, or are you looking to give? In your family, are you looking to take, are you looking to give? In your friendships, are you looking to take? Or are you looking to give? Are you the person that adds to, or are you the person that subtracts from the lives of others? And it boils down to this: are you an asset to someone else, or are you a liability? Are you an asset to someone else, or are you a liability to your friends? Are you an asset, or are you a liability? Are you an asset to your marriage, or are you a liability? While you are evaluating your circles, evaluate yourself. While you evaluating your circles, evaluate yourself. Why? Because what determines whether or not, right, that you get to the next level, I believe, right, that it becomes whether or not you are an asset or a liability. Why should a person have you in your life? Why? Somebody told what they want me to follow them. I don't mind following you on Instagram, but why should I follow you? Do you add value to my day? If I was to see your scroll, right, do you add value, right, to my life, to my mindset? Do you, come on, are you hearing me? Are you an asset, or are you a liability? Because I want to tell you this: it's easier for me to let go of weight than it is for me to let go of wings, right? I release all the weights in my life if I'm trying to go to the next level, and I keep all the people and all the things that help me, come on, that give me more wings, right? That help me elevate. And so my question: are you the person that takes, or are you the person that adds, right? Are you the person that subtracts, or are you the person that adds? And so what this text lets us know, right, is that God evaluates your character in blessing you. God evaluates your character in blessing you. Come on, I want you to hear this. Ain't got nothing to do with tithes, right? You thought I was going to say pay your tithes. I'm going to say this: that it matters to God whether or not your character is right before he can bless you. If I bless you with it, can I trust you to handle it the right way? If God was to bless you with a husband, can he trust you to handle him the right way? If God was to bless you with a wife, can he trust you to handle her the right way? If God has blessed you with kids, right? These are people whose minds and characters are there for molding. Can he trust you to handle them the right, come on, the right way? The next verse, use faithful to be proven to be trustworthy. It's a way of saying that God proves you, right? But come on, he proves you. How does he prove you? With process before he gives you the prize. I want you to hear me. God proves you with process before he gives you the prize. The process is designed to weed out all the ones who are not worthy. The process is designed to, come on, to weed out all the ones who are not worthy. And I want you to hear me when I say this, that God has a way of testing you before he blesses you. I love that, because God will send you through the trials, or he'll send you through a test, right? Sometimes we get frustrated, but it's just a test to see, can you remain disciplined in your spending? Can you remain disciplined in your saving? Can you remain disciplined, right, in the things that you, come on, are you hearing what I'm saying? God will prove you with process before he gives you prize. Do you know how to handle your resources? If God wants to bless you, he'll test you first. When God wants to bless you, he'll test you first. Are you being faithful? Are you being consistent in your plans? Are you being consistent when things change? Are you remaining consistent? Can God, come on, can God trust you? The process is designed to weed out all the ones who are not worthy. God will test you before he blesses you, because if you can be faithful with a little, then he will bless you with much. Here's what it says, not this text, but another text says, right, that you will, if because you were faithful over a few things, right, now I can bless you with the more things. Now, because you were faithful with a few things. And here's what I want to stress to people: if you build in the church, if you build in a business, if you build in your personal finance, right, God says if you can be faithful with a little bit, right, don't worry, because the much is coming. If you can be faithful with a little bit, it don't matter how much money you make. If you can be faithful with it, God will create ways and opportunities for you to make more. And finally, right, finally, it brings me to the mind what Job says. And look, it's not even long, but I'm feeling that because I want you to hear me. I want you to understand the principle so that God can begin to elevate and transform your life for the better. It's not just an internal transformation, but it's an external transformation. And Job says this: he says, I will prove faithful. He says, when thou hast tried me, when thou hast tried me, I shall come forth. And I want you to hear me when I say that, right? Because sometimes God will test you. He does it with Abraham. He'll test you before he blesses you. Abraham, I want to see, do you really trust me? I want to see, do you, come on, I want to see, can you remain faithful? And here's what I said to God. I said, God, I'm going to try. I'm going to do it your way. I need you to show me, right, the system to do my finances. And I'm going to remain diligent. I committed a certain amount, right, that I was going to give to God's cause. And I said, God, I need you to elevate. I want you to hear me. When thou hast tried me, right, the trials came. But my giving did not change. It was myself, and it's not about the amount, but I want you to understand, right, that God is seeing if he can trust you. I decided to give to a certain charity, right? I decided to give to a certain amount. It wasn't a lot, but I said, God, I want to see you transform, right? Come on, I want you to hear me. When thou hast tried me, and God wanted to see, right, if I was going to remain diligent. It don't have nothing to do with the charity, but it had everything to do with me trusting God with my resources. Job says, when thou hast tried me, I shall come forth, right? And here's the understanding. I want you to understand that when God wants to bless you, he'll test you. But the question is, can you remain faithful? And Job says, God, I'll show you that I can be trusted. I'll show you that I can be trusted. And here's the question this morning. Can you be trusted? Can God trust you? And I said to God, and this goes beyond money, but I said to God, God, when thou hast tried me, I shall come forth, right? I decided I wasn't going to cheat no more. I said, no matter what she does, I'm not going to cheat. When thou hast tried me, I shall come forth. Come on, I want you to hear me when I'm saying, when thou hast tried me, I shall come forth. I had every reason to do it, but I didn't do it. I had every right to do it, but I didn't do it. I didn't make excuses, but when thou hast tried me, my foot have not slipped. Your way have I kept. I'm feeling that. I want you to understand that God is looking for somebody that he can trust. Is that person you? God is looking for somebody that he can trust. Like Job. Job said, when thou hast tried me, I shall come forth as pure gold. I said to God, God, I'm going to trust you no matter what it looks like. I'm going to trust you no matter what it seems like. There were days that I didn't understand why, but I did not slip. There were days that I got tired, but I kept going. There were days that I didn't feel like it. I kept going. There were days that it didn't seem like it was working. I want you to hear me, but I kept going. I adopted the Job mindset. When thou hast tried me, I said, God, I trust you, but I'm going to show you that you can trust me. Is that you this morning? Can God, oh, I feel that, I'm sorry, but can God trust you? Can God trust you with a little bit? This ain't about money. This is about character. Can you prove faithful to God? And so I hope that encouraged you this morning. Y'all got to excuse me. I hope that encouraged you this morning. I hope that you are one of the ones that God can trust. And I want you to hear me when I say this, right? That the testing comes before the blessing. There were mornings that I didn't know. I started TGM and it was 3 people. I want you to hear me. It was 3 people, and I would cry sometimes in the mornings. But I said to God, when thou hast tried me, I shall come forth as pure gold. I said that with my church. I said that in my life. I will be a good father. No matter what the baby mamas do, I will be a good father, right? Because I want you to do something in my life. I want you to do something in my kids' life. And even when it gets tough, my foot will not slip from doing what I know is right to do, not because I want to be the perfect person, right? But because I want to see God do some things, come on, in my life. And so when he tried me, I let him know, not only am I trusting you, but God, you can trust me. I'm not here based on the condition, but I'm here because I want y'all to feel me when I say that. I'm not here looking for, but come on, I want you to know, God, I trust you. Is that you? Can God trust you? In the midst of trials, can he trust you? In the midst of frustration, can he trust you? In the midst of the things that you deal with and go through, can he trust you? In the midst of the coronavirus, this thing that's going on right now, can God trust you to stay faithful? And so with that, man, I hope that encouraged you. Man, I hope that encouraged you this morning. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Be blessed. You can go visit our website, The God Movement, www.thegodmovement.com. You can definitely be a part of our ministry. Even if you don't go to our church, you can see the things that we do on our website, all of the people that we have helped, that we have been a blessing to. Some of these people we don't even know. A lot of these people we don't even know. But I feel like this is my area of calling. And if you feel like God is calling you to touch the lives of others, I definitely encourage you, man, to go check out our website and connect with us virtually, right? Everything that, and my people can attest, everything that I've asked my people for and everything that I've asked TGM to do, they can see every single result. I never ask for nobody to put no money in my pocket. Everything I give into the ministry because I believe that God has called us, right, to be a blessing to other people. And so I hope that encouraged you this morning. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. And man, check us out on Wednesday night. I'll be right back here doing the Maximize Your Life Bible study on Wednesday night. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope I was a blessing to you, and you guys be blessed. I'll see you guys on Wednesday night.